This learning module is designed to spotlight the current environment for those seeking a career path in wealth management, as well as putting a spotlight on multiple job functions and their growth potential. Now, before we dive into the wealth management industry, let's take a quick look at the U.S. financial services industry. Financial markets in the U.S. are the largest and the most liquid in the world. This graphic gives you a sample of the many facets of the industry that make it all work. The financial services industry and insurance sectors currently employ over 6 million people, with a Department of Labor estimate of a 12% growth increase expected by 2018. The industry itself offers the greatest array of financial instruments and products and allows customers to manage risk, create wealth, and meet financial needs. A subset of financial services is wealth management. Investopedia probably has one of the best definitions of wealth management. They describe it as, and I quote, a high-level professional service that combines financial and investment advice, accounting and tax services, as well as retirement and estate planning. Professionals in the wealth management space view wealth management as a continuum of conversations with clients, which really over time make up all of the services and then some shown on this slide. Now, as individuals build families and careers, issues around wealth management simply become more complex. So what may start out as, help me with my budget, my 401k, can over time turn into a full-blown, comprehensive wealth management conversation. Now, if you research wealth management job opportunities, you don't necessarily get a clear picture as to how many possible job and career paths are available today. The slide you see here depicts sample wealth management functions that are typically needed to support the thousands of financial advisors handling client assets. So take some time to study and digest what this slide depicts. Here is a sampling of 44 career opportunities to explore. It takes multiple skill sets to make the wealth management support system operate. And it's one of the few industries that allows you to have multiple careers all within the same organization. Now, here's a true-life example of having multiple opportunities in various job roles within the industry. The point here again is that you can literally switch careers within the same organization multiple times. In fact, this is my career path over 30+ years and with only 2 firms. And the reason I left the first firm was to co-found another. By the way, this is not an unusual scenario with many of the individuals who are my peers today. Now let's switch gears to you and the talent challenge that our industry faces. A recent Deloitte survey stated that nearly half of those surveyed, those financial services executives that were surveyed, say that the competition for global talent continues to be their most pressing concern. It is a fact that the wealth management industry is actively seeking women and minorities, since these are underrepresented groups in our industry. Of particular interest is that the financial advisor segment of the industry is expected to boom over the next decade by 32%, according to the Bureau of Labor Statistics. In fact, there's not enough young talent pursuing this career. It should be noted that existing advisors are on a path towards retirement themselves and are looking for young talent to take over their books of business. And finally, it's estimated that nearly half of today's financial advisors will retire in the next 10 years, thus creating a huge opportunity for today's graduates. It's important to take a look at the global landscape and how it's shaping our future. The Asia-Pacific region has the largest number of high net worth individuals today. Second, China and India represent nearly 10% of the global high net worth of all individuals. And look at the growth rate expected for the Asia Pacific region by the year 2019. The landscape in the United States is changing as well. You may be thinking that all the wealth is with the older generation, and that fact is true today, but it's changing, and change is on the horizon. Firms now are looking at this and are dedicating resources to attract the millennial place market. The changes in the landscape that I've mentioned are changing the way advice is being delivered today. Keep in mind that you're going to be hearing the term Roboadvisor, and it's becoming commonplace in the wealth management industry jargon. What this means is that financial advice will be delivered through technology versus through an advisor. This trend in robo-advising will continue as time goes on. But finally, keep in mind that most experts feel that robo-advising will not replace the need for an advisor, but in fact will enhance our industry. So simply put, there's value added by having multiple ways to access expertise. Now let's close out with some final thoughts. First, and I mentioned this earlier, one organization can afford you multiple career options. Next, please think globally. Third, technology is just simply going to continue to evolve at a rapid pace, so your youth and your expertise in this area is a major advantage. And then finally, we hope we pointed this out multiple times, there is no better time to consider wealth management as a career.